Hi everyone, Agnes here. Now, yesterday I did a YouTube and I mentioned a particular story about states akin to sleep, which comes from Neville Goddard, and how a woman applied the states akin to sleep, or SATs, to manifesting an amazing desire that she wanted to manifest. Now, keep in mind when I read this, even though she's not doing this and she doesn't say she does it specifically at nighttime, she was in a hospital bed, so she would have been drifting in and out of sleep for the week that she was recovering from her particular operation, okay? So not states akin to sleep at night, but numerous times during the day she would be drifting in and out. Now, the story goes like this. Since childhood, I have dreamed of visiting faraway places. The West Indies particularly fired my fancy, and I would revel in the feeling of actually being there. Dreams are wonderfully inexpensive, and as an adult, I continue to dream my dreams, for I had no money to make them come true. Last year, I was taken to the hospital in need of surgery. I had heard your teaching, and while recuperating, had decided to intensify my favorite daydream while I had time on my hands. I actually wrote to the Alcoa steamship line asking for free travel folders and pored over them hour after hour, choosing the ship and the stateroom and the 7 ports I desired most to see. I would close my eyes and in imagination would walk up the gangplank of that ship and feel the movement of water as the great liner pushed its way into free ocean. I heard the thud of waves breaking against the side of the ship, and I felt the steaming warmth of a tropical sun on my face, and I smelled and tasted salt in the air. As well, we all sailed through the blue waters. For one solid week, confined to a hospital bed, I lived the free and happy experience of actually being on that ship. Then the day before my release from the hospital, I tucked the colored folders away and I forgot them. 2 months later, I received a telegram from an advertising agency telling me I had won a contest. I remembered having deposited a contest coupon some months before in a neighborhood supermarket, but I had completely forgotten the act. I had won the first prize and wonder of wonders. It entitled me to a Caribbean cruise sponsored by the Alcoa steamship line. But the wonders didn't stop there. The very stateroom I had imaginatively lived in and moved in while confined to a hospital bed had been assigned to me. And to make an unbelievable story even more unbelievable, I sailed on the one ship I had chosen, which stopped in not one, but all of the 7 ports that I desired to visit. FG. Now, the important parts of the SATs here, okay? She added the relevant senses. And I'm just going to go through this again because you're going to need to do this yourself for whatever it is that you want to manifest and put the senses that are relevant. Now, she used sound, listening. I heard the thud of the waves. Then what she said was, I felt the sun on my face. I smelt and tasted the salt in the air while we all sailed through the blue waters. So it's really great to see how she added in these very specific things that were relevant to her scene. So ask yourself, what are the relevant ones for my scene? And how can I go into sleep and drift into sleep feeling that I'm fused with my desire? Okay, if you're fused with your desire, it hardens into fact, as Neville says. So practice fusing yourself with your desire of living in the solution of having it, not I can't afford it, I can't afford it. Okay, and practice. This is creative focus, creative discipline. All right, so one more thing. I was interviewed on self-love importance in relationships by a woman called Natasha. I'm going to put the link to that YouTube up here next to my head for those of you that would like to go into more deep discussion about this topic. And I will also put the Neville Nuggets playlist for those of you that struggle to understand Neville. These are little bite sizes of Neville. And then for those of you that are a bit more advanced, I'm going to put the longer YouTubes about Neville. That's a separate playlist for you as well. All right, so that's it for today. Lots of love, and I will see you in the next YouTube.